as we know, lots of people like to dress up for Halloween. There's no age limit for this type of fun, but what about trick-or-treating? When is it too old to dress up and go door to door for candy? Dr. Barbara Greenberg is the author of Teenage as a Second Language, A Parent's Guide to Becoming Bilingual, and she's back to talk about teens and Halloween. This is a great time of year, Doctor. I feel like, is there really an age limit on this?
I don't think there should be an age limit. I'm all in favor of teens having fun. I think having joy and celebrating holidays is an important thing for teens.
So what about the actual act of trick-or-treating, going door to door? Do you think they can get into trouble as they're older, or?
Well, yes, they could get into trouble, but I think what the key is for parents to set a curfew for them. Something like 8 o'clock is probably a good idea, because nothing really very good will happen after 8 o'clock. And the second point there is that nobody really wants to have their door knocked on after 8 o'clock by a bunch of Snookies and vampires.
I think that's fair enough, though. I mean, because everyone still wants candy.
Right.
You know, it's a tradition that you probably grow up with.
And traditions are so important.
Right. So let's talk about costumes. You know, you start getting to the teenage years and you might get these more risque costumes, and I'm assuming you'd probably frown upon that.
Yes. I'm all in favor of costumes. I think it's a wonderful way for teens to show their creativity, but I wouldn't want my 13-year-old daughter to be dressed as a Playboy bunny.
Fair enough.
Right? And nor would I want my 17-year-old boy to be dressed in a particularly scary costume, because the holiday is for everybody, and there's little kids out trick-or-treating too who could get scared. So I'd pay attention to their costumes.
I think that's
important. I love
important.
your point.
Right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about safety the night of. I know that you're going to want to have a light with you and that type of thing, but what should teenagers keep in mind?
They should have a light with them. The parents should be checking in to see where they are when they're going to be home. And I think since it's a school night also, they should be home relatively early. Like I said before, good things don't happen when you have groups of teens out late at night.
That's true, after dark.
Yeah.
But the difference is you have 13-year-olds and 17, 18-year-olds. There's a large gap there.
Yes.
What would you say for parents that might have the younger, the 13, the 14-year-olds? It's going to be different to those the seniors in high school.
Right. Well, what's going to be different is the 13 and 14-year-olds are more likely to want to trick-or-treat. At 17, 16, and 18, kids are going to start saying that it's too immature for them, and they're going to want to have parties. Parties are a good idea as long as they're well contained.
Yeah, let's talk about parties. Would you recommend parents throwing parties for a teenager, maybe, or even the younger ones?
I like that idea. I like that idea because at least parents have some control over where their kids are, and they're also giving the message, this is a fun holiday, I want to help you celebrate it.
Sure. And you could continue to supervise while they're having a party at your house.
That's right. Not only could you, but you should, and you must supervise.
All right, and some areas across the country have curfews. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, it's very interesting. Some cities started to have curfews last year. Apparently, people were becoming scared of what they called large, tall teenage kids trick-or-treating. I can understand that. Getting your door knocked on at 11 p.m. by 15...
That could be frightening, right?
Could be frightening, yes. So I understand setting curfews. I think banning it completely for kids over the age of 12 is a little bit excessive.
Okay.
But I come from a much more playful kind of place, and I'm all about joy and seriousness in life.
I mean, you must be able to find a happy median, right?
Yes.
All right, so some parents think the costumes might be immature. You're an adult now, grow up. But that kind of goes along with your theory. Have a little fun with it?
Right, because if you think about it, the people that you really enjoy being around are the people that are able to have fun and able to be serious. Think about the people that you see at work. The people that you like to be around are the people that are fun. So this is a message that we teach our teens. There's a place for fun and a place to be serious.
Okay, and we have a little bit of extra time. Can you tell us a little bit about your book and what we might find in it and why it would be helpful for parents?
Oh, absolutely. First, my website is talkingteenage.com, and it's thank you. It's a very lively and interactive website for teens and parents. And we have a question of the week, and actually this week's question of the week is, should your teens trick or treat? And we've already had Tons of parents weigh in on this.
And what's the outcome? What are you seeing so far?
It's really a 50-50 split.
Really?
There are parents who think that it's way too immature. There are parents who say, well, let your kids have a little bit of fun. We've had teens weigh in, and teens are coming from all different kinds of directions. The book, Teenage as a Second Language, is really a guide to make the teenage years not only easier for parents, but also more fun.
It could be a difficult stretch of years.
Absolutely.
And where can we find your book, Doctor?
You can find it on Amazon, Barnes & Noble,
Okay.
any place where they sell books.
You can find it. All right, Doctor,
Yes.
thank you so much for the tips.
Pleasure.
And the bottom line, have some fun this Halloween, right?
Yeah, I'm in complete agreement with you.
All right, very good.